Cause I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal tonight is to answer that question or make that connection for you. So we have some wonderful volunteers that are popping in. We have our chat open. Please feel free to kind of make a comment, join us, participate. Very, very excited to have you guys here tonight listening. And as you know, we just had Valentine's Day, just a wonderful opportunity that presents itself for us to kind of show our love, to show our connectiveness to one another. So I do hope you had an opportunity to tell someone that you loved them, whether they are here or in spirit, because even if they're on the other side, I can assure you they can hear you. So anyhow, we are going to take some callers. You'll see them on video tonight. We're doing it the Facebook one, which is always kind of fun. And couple events coming up beforehand I just want to mention. Next week starts our next round of development circles, and these are really a lot of fun. They're an opportunity for you to strengthen and develop your own gifts. So we start off with the advanced, which is Tuesday night. So it starts February 22nd, and it's actually from 6 to 8 p.m. I have a little bit of a mistake on that clock, but you'll see when you go ahead and come back, it's definitely it's 6 to 8. So just kind of know that is our, advanced. And then we have our beginners. So we have our beginners, and that starts Wednesday nights, also from 6 to 8. So that is Wednesday nights. Beginners is for any level. And then if you're looking to build your spiritual business, join us on the 24th. We have the spiritual business group mentoring, and that starts the 24th. So there is that. When we have these development circles, that is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to learn, for you to kind of get that flow with yourself. And then again, that spiritual business, we've had a blast. We just finished 4 rounds, and then we decided to do another 4 because everyone was just kind of expanding and growing so much. And all of us are meant to really follow our path, follow our purpose. So go ahead and join me. So all the links, we'll put the links in there for you, so you will have those. We got a lot of callers. We've got comments. It's just wonderful to see everybody. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Cindy. Nice to see everybody popping in, and thank you so much. Let us start with Katie here. Katie, I believe, is our first volunteer in the house. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
How are you, sweetheart? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And what can I do for you tonight?
So I was wondering if my mom's trying to communicate with me or anything like that. She passed away super unexpected almost a year ago.
Well, let me dive in here and see. I just feel like your mom just gives me a ton of energy around her. Like, I just feel like she was nonstop, right?
Yes.
She just makes me feel like go, go, go. You understand that around mom? She really gives me this feeling where I feel like for her, she'd like to kind of play a lot. So I think she had a very playful kind of personality. Would you understand that around her as well?
Yeah.
And she gives me a sense too. I am kind of curious, was there something around her heart by chance, Katie? Or do you understand a connection to her heart or heart disease with her?
Not necessarily heart, no, but head.
Head. Okay, got it. Would you understand then perhaps it doesn't make, she may have fallen, but she makes me feel like maybe there's more of an aneurysm. But to me, there's a connection between my heart and my head. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. But she also shares with me too, where I just feel like with her, she loved to kind of help you. I feel like she loved to help you decorate. Like she just loved to kind of put things together, loved to kind of help decorate. I feel like when you went to college, it was a big deal of her like helping you fix everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She really makes me feel like she loved doing that with you. She also really shares with me, I believe that she really loves flowers, Katie. So I think we'd always kind of have a garden or get her flowers. Or do you understand that connection with her?
Yeah.
And she really shares that she loves that so much. I feel like the one thing that she wants the most for you is like love. She's just saying, I want you to have love, feel love, know you're loved, that sort of thing. I feel like was always really important. Did you happen to give her a necklace that maybe you now have by chance? She makes me feel like there's a necklace you gave her, but now you have it. Do you understand that connection, Katie?
Maybe that's the hearts that you're talking about.
Okay, you understand that then? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like she shows me that necklace and lets me know. But she also gives me a feeling too where I feel like she just gives me a sense to kind of ask you to not overthink things. Maybe you have a tendency to overthink or you have a tendency to like overanalyze. And I feel like she just wants you to trust more, to surrender more, to just kind of know. Do you know what I mean? And then she also really gives me a feeling too. I'm kind of curious, Katie, did you just move more recently, sweetheart? Or does that make sense? Because like I said, I think when we were unpacking and doing things, she just loved being in the space with you. And she lets you know that she's very much in that space, right? Even the new one, right? And she brings forward a cat. So it's kind of interesting. Do you have a cat or do you understand a connection to a cat with her?
Oh, my first animal was a cat and he passed away.
Okay, got it. She lets me know then she's with
Simon.
The cat. Okay, she lets me know she's with Simon. But I think Simon was that kind of cat that would get into everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's showing me that even when you had the boxes, the cat was there, even in spirit, kind of raveling through the boxes. I just want you to know that your mom is she's okay. I don't feel like I don't feel like everybody was there to say goodbye. I feel like, not everyone was able to be at her bedside because it was so quick, but I do feel like she lets us know that that she's okay and that she's okay on the other side. And but I'll tell you what, she just must have been a big cleaner because she just kind of shows me a little dusting thing kind of following you around. So I feel like she always wanted everything kind of cute and clean. You understand that with her? And I feel like, I know you two would love to kind of go shopping together. And I know that, it's been a little difficult because I think she was just the one to always kind of encourage you to kind of step outside the box, try something new. But she really just shares with me a sense of letting you know that she is with you. Okay. So, and there's a strong sense too, where I feel like I would look at listening to the doors opening, not to kind of make you scared or anything, but I feel like there's doors and lights going off in this new place. Yeah. So have you noticed that at all, honey?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Okay, well, that's just her letting you know that she's with you, okay?
Oh, okay.
So I will leave you with that. Lots of love to you, and you have a beautiful, beautiful night, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. All right, so there we go. That is our first volunteer in the house. How about we bring through Missy here? Missy. Hi, Missy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I was just hoping that I could connect with my husband. He passed away in 2020.
I feel like with your husband, I think he doesn't like to be put into the spotlight. Does that make sense to you? Because as soon as I come in here, he's like, oh, I cannot believe she's doing this. So I feel like he shied away from the spotlight. He much more enjoyed you being the front man of the crew, right?
Yes.
But I also feel like he was an incredible listener. I just feel like with him, and he remembered things. I feel like he would remember names and dates and things like that. Yeah. He really gives me a sense where he would remember. He also really shares with me. I'm kind of curious. Do you two have a son, Missy? Do you understand children? Okay. Because he has a lot of love for his his family, and he really wants to talk about his son as well. Okay. And I feel like too, maybe, of course, the son is probably struggling through this, as we can all understand, but it's also like the son, I think, is trying to put on a bit of a bravado, a little bit of an exterior, and your husband realizes that, but he just keeps sharing with me just to, just kind of be loving to him, be, allow him to kind of have an opportunity to speak without kind of, he's very private as well. So you can't prod too much. You kind of just have to create that space for him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I also feel like with your husband, he makes me feel like there is an illness connected to him as well. So is that correct around his passing?
Yeah.
And he gives me a sense that unable to kind of speak at the end, unable to really communicate. Do you understand that? But I do feel like right before that, I do feel like you could, he would squeeze your fingers a bit when you were near him. So I feel like as he was trying to as he was losing kind of the ability to communicate with his mouth, he was starting to kind of use his hands a little bit as much as he could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he gives me a sense somehow he gives me a sense that there was a decision to be made around his passing. Do you understand that, Missy, at all? Or maybe a sense of you letting him go. Do you understand that? A talk with him where you letting, like, I think you were trying to hold on. And I feel like you had to kind of make a decision to kind of say, I let you go. It's okay to go. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And he lets us know. But I think prior to this, he makes me feel like, he was very active prior to this. I feel like this is a guy who worked out, took care of himself. I'm kind of curious, did he happen to like golf by chance or?
Not golf. Not golf.
Okay. Do you understand
hunted.
Sports? Oh, he hunted.
He hunted.
Okay, got it.
And it's funny you say that because we had hunted the month of September and we found out he had cancer in November. And it happened fast. It was 3 months. And so he was very active.
But I feel like he just gives me the sense of, I feel like he was so grateful for that trip, though. He makes me feel like, and I think he was actually grateful that he didn't know. Like, I feel like he was grateful that he didn't know yet because he was able to just kind of live and have fun. And I feel like you two had a blast on that trip. Like, it makes me feel like there was a lot of giggles, too.
There
was.
A
lot of just like I think his personality and his sense of humor, like even though he's more reserved in public, I think behind closed doors, much more open and funny. And
funny you say that because I'll post a picture of the last picture we had because me, him, and our son had gone on this hunting trip. I'll post a picture of.
Yeah, please do because he lets me know he really had a blast. I think too, one of the things he loves is how much. He's so connected to your son. I feel like they were like two peas in a pod, really good friends. You know what I mean? And so he lets me know that, he's so much with him and around him. And, it's important for him to kind of get good grades. So as much as he can, I think it's important. He keeps saying he needs a doctor in the family, but I feel like he's just, obviously he wants his son to do what he wants, but he's kind of making a little bit of that joke. Do you know what I mean? But anyhow, I just feel like, there is this sense where he lets us know that with you, I know you've had to try to stay strong, Missy, and I know that's been very hard for you. And, he shows me there's a lot of times in bed at night where you're just kind of crying, and I feel like you're trying to do it really quietly. And he lets you know that he's with you, and he lets you know that, he sees you. But you gave him so many wonderful years. I just feel like, I'm just curious, were you married 20 years or was there a 20th anniversary? Okay. Because he just said she gave me the most amazing 20 years of my entire life. And I just know, he's thoughtful, maybe not the most romantic guy in the traditional sense. Like he might put a squirrel in your bed as a token of love. But I do feel like he loves you so much. And he loved the projects with you. I just feel like he loved, like, you guys had so many projects around the house, so many, always doing something.
We're
And
always
I think,
together.
I feel like he likes the water too, because he really gives me a sense. I like hunting, but I like just like being in the mountains or being near the water or that sort of thing. You understand that?
That was his, yeah. He loved the nature. That's where he would go. His thinking spot was up in the mountains. And yeah.
But I just feel like he wants you to know, for what it's worth or what you can do. He really shares with me. And I know this is a little soon, so bear with me for whenever you are ready. But he definitely makes me feel like he is going to bring someone to you. And he's going to bring someone he knows is taking care of you.
Well, I was going to ask you that because I have met somebody and you have told me that before.
Oh, okay, good.
And so I was wondering if this was the person.
I feel like, I want to say, I do feel like this is the person where I feel like we've got enough similarities, but they're different. There's enough similarities where this guy is going to take care of you. I mean this with a lot of love. Like, I don't want to offend any cavemen and I don't want to offend your new beau, but there is like a sense of kind of that traditional man with him. Do you understand that?
With my husband?
With the new guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like he gives me a sense of wanting to make sure he's taking care of you, wanting to make sure he's showing up for you. And I really feel like, he very much likes how this man, because this man has met your son. Am I correct?
Yes.
Because he shows me like he really gives me a sense that he likes how he's kind of been there for him. He likes that, he tries to show that support for him. Okay.
Yeah.
So just know that your husband's with you and he's around you. And you did something with his wedding ring, correct? I feel like, did you take off the wedding ring and put the wedding ring somewhere?
No,
or did you take off yours?
He lost his wedding ring.
Did you take yours off?
I have it on my other hand. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
You do you, Missy, and you, but he almost shows me a sense of like taking it off and putting it in a jewelry box. So that's up to you if that's what you want or when you're ready. There's no pressure, but I just feel like it's like, let's save it for next time. Let's save it for next time.
Yeah. Okay.
So
does he leave me dimes? I find dimes all over. So he was born at 10:10 in the morning.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So of course the dimes are him. Yeah.
Dimes. I see like numbers like I have 1111 on his.
Yeah, I was going to say 1111 was what I was getting. Yeah, 1111 was what I was getting. But just know that, when you get something and you think of him or it makes you think of him, that is from him. So just trust and know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, lots of love to you, Missy.
Thank you so much, Colby. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, all right, they're cranking along here. How about Lisa?
Yay!
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
Oh, Colby. Well, first of all, it is so nice to see you. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
I am very grateful to have this chance to do this. I am at a crossroads, I guess.
Okay.
And so I haven't connected with my teacher in a long time. And my mother passed pretty recently.
Yeah. Well, what was interesting with your mother is the dragonfly pin. It was the first thing I saw when I saw your dragonfly pin. I was like, oh, her mom's with her. Her mom loves this pin.
So it's interesting that you say that. This is my teacher's pin.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Very much like my mother.
Like a mother. Okay. Would you understand with your teacher? So she's coming in first then, because she drew me right to the pin and talked about the pin. So I know this must be the teacher, but she does give me a very motherly feeling, a very nurturing. I want to correct that. It is a nurturing feeling, but there's a strictness to her. There's a, you know, so it's motherly, but, kind of an Italian mother. So she gives me a little bit of that. But she also shares with me a feeling too, where I feel like with her, I feel like that mentorship and that teaching, it really transcended to connection, to family. I feel like she was almost like a life coach in some ways too, like helping you through very difficult times. You understand that?
Everything. I wouldn't be here without her.
Okay. Yeah, she really gives me that. And then she also kind of shares with me, but again, it's like even when you were down, she's like, pick yourself up. It's time to pick yourself up. So, I know that, like you said, a crossroads and things have been difficult, but I feel like she lets me know that it's time to pick yourself up and it's time to kind of dust yourself off, right? Now, she makes me feel like there's a big transition for you. I feel like there's going to be a big move, Lisa. So I'm not sure if you've been thinking about moving, but I'm seeing a big move here.
Well,
So
I've moved 3 times during COVID.
Okay.
But it's my work, right?
Okay.
So first time my work has changed completely and I have none.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like though what's interesting is I feel like a lot of your identity has been there's a few things here. I feel like a lot of your identity has been tied into the past work.
Yes.
And so you're struggling in that way, right? You're struggling with your ego, your confidence, because that's how you identified. But it makes sense that your teacher's kind of stepping through because it's like, hey, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know why we're so upset over it. We're supposed to be moving forward and we're supposed to be doing spiritual work. So I feel like there's a sense where it's time to kind of allow ourselves to really embrace that even more, maybe more so than ever. You understand that?
Yes, thank you for that because I've let it go for the last 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard because it's like, you've had a lot to deal with your mother and you've had a lot to deal with, I think understanding the finances, the shift, the move, a lot of that's very difficult and it's a hard transition. But I just see an opportunity where if, she's just kind of encouraging you to reconnect to your spiritual side, reconnect to that side of you where you have faith and you have trust and you have God. And she lets me know that Mary's around you, Mother Mary. I feel like Mother Mary is around you. So she lets you know Mother Mary is around you, but it's almost like you've forgotten to talk to her. You've forgotten to kind of stay connected, right? So she's just sharing like, you've got this and you could do this. Your mom is a little funny. I'll just kind of pop at Mom real quick here. Mom gives me a sense where Mom is super picky. I don't know. I just feel like with Mom, there's like a lot of little things here that she wants, like, she's very, I feel like towards the end, she had always been a very strong lady, right? I feel like she had always been really strong, very independent, didn't like to lean on people. And then I feel like towards the end, she became a little weaker and it was hard because I think she got a little, if I'm understanding her correctly, a little either picky, not short necessarily, maybe grumpy a little, but I think it was because it was the only way she had control. It was the only way she felt she had some power. And so she just wants to let you know how much she loves you and she appreciates you and all of the blessings around you. But I do feel like, Lisa, this is an opportunity for you to find your faith again, find God again, and to really use your spirituality to help others. And I feel like that's going to help you with this transition and change, okay?
Thank you for that, Colby. I can't tell you what that means to me. You are spot on. How wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Lots of love to you, okay? Lots of love.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let us do another one. How about we bring on Natalie?
Hello.
Hi, Natalie. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
What can I do for you today?
Well, I've been fired from the last 2 jobs, so I'm on a streak of bad terminations. So I'm wondering, what's going on with that?
Well, I feel the first thing I get though, because it's hard with 2, we would think, how could I not take it personally? But I kind of feel like it's not personal. I feel like somehow you are joining where either it's something new they're trying out, they're not really sure their budget. To me, there's just some questions about them even hiring. So I feel like once you're in it and you're doing it, I think they're starting to see, oh, maybe we don't need this, or maybe this isn't there. So it kind of feels like it's not necessarily you. Did they give you any particular reasons around it?
No, she just called me and said we're parting ways and hung up on me. It was really kind of strange.
Yeah, so try not to, again, I think things like that are very difficult, but I also feel like it's trusting, like, hey, that wasn't your opportunity, right? But I kind of want you to work on, because again, just focusing on being optimistic, really focusing on visioning, the next opportunity coming in. And it's also like honing a little bit more of what you want to do rather than just kind of taking an opportunity. I want you to kind of focus a little bit on an opportunity that feels good or something you enjoy. But I really feel like an opportunity comes in the month of March. So, you've already started to put yourself back out there, correct?
No.
Okay.
It's only been about 7 days. So.
Okay. So why don't you, start to work on getting, allow yourself to kind of heal a little bit, right? Just take the next week if you need to heal, kind of work from it. But what I don't want to see you do is kind of internalize it, really just say, look, it wasn't the right fit. I'm trusting the universe. This is why. And it's really knowing that, hey, this just wasn't the right fit. Okay.
Right. One of my coworkers told me that I got let go because I'm more suited for fine dining and it's more casual dining. So I was thinking, okay, well, then I'll go look for a fine dining restaurant.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. I feel like the next opportunity is going to feel really, I think it's going to be really fun and really enjoyable and I think it's going to be a busy place and you'll do well financially, but I feel like it's not going to be quite the hustle. And I don't think there's a need to hustle.
Well, there was a big hustle at the last
and I feel like it's just, that to me, the hustle part doesn't really suit you. I think you are one to really engage with people, to connect with people. And I feel like that's going to make you feel a little bit better about what you're doing anyway. It's just to kind of have that connection and have people who are willing to really sit and have a nice experience rather than, just this kind of quick turn carousel kind of a turnstile restaurant.
I was working at a truck stop. So I was working at a truck stop. So I was thinking about doing the health food or fine dining. So I have two restaurants.
To me, more the fine dining feels like it's something you're going to enjoy. Yeah, it feels like that's going to be a better fit. Okay.
Health food sounds like what I would want, but fine dining sounds like better work.
Fine dining, I think for you, I feel like you'll really enjoy kind of talking about the menu, kind of getting to know people. I just feel like you'll enjoy it more.
The standards will be higher.
Yeah, and it's going to be nice. So maybe look at a hotel around you that's got a nice restaurant or, a nice steakhouse or something in your area that just feels like, oh, yeah, that's an enjoyable place. That's a nice experience. And put yourself out there for it, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Thank you.
Good. All right, you're welcome. Lots of love to you, hon.
Thanks. Same to you.
You're welcome, Natalie. Bye-bye. Okay, let us bring in Miss Brandy here. Hi there, Brandy. Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Good. What can I do for you tonight?
So one of, looks like the many, my husband passed about 7 years ago. So we just want to make sure he still knows that we love and miss him every day. And then what does our future look like here, or my future?
Oh, wonderful. Okay. I feel like your husband was like the most adorable man around. Like he just makes me feel like very affectionate, very lovey. Do you understand that? Like,
yes.
I think even like he does feel romantic to me, like little notes and little cards. Like I feel like he absolutely would like go out of his way for you. Does that make sense? He also gives me a feeling too. I feel like he was, if I'm right, like a good business guy or smart with business. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. Because he makes me feel like he was really good. He was also really good under stress, I feel like cool as a cucumber under stress. Like, I feel like, he had a lot of decisions. He had a lot of things he needed to do, but he really makes me feel like he knew how to kind of organize things and structure things. You understand that with him?
Yes.
He also gives me a feeling too. I feel like now, am I correct that there's 2 children, Brandy? Do we have 2 kids together, or do you understand 2 kids?
There are 3 children, but not his.
Okay, got it. Okay. I'm just curious. So do we have like 2 girls or 2 boys and then the opposite, something like
2
this?
boys, 1 girl.
I think he would have known these kids though. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Because he
Absolutely.
makes me feel like, I feel like he felt connected to them. I feel like he loved these kids.
Absolutely.
I feel like he loved like doing little family trips with them and things
Yes.
like that. He makes me feel like he loved being a dad in their life. You know,
Absolutely.
he doesn't use stepdad. He's not
No.
using stepdad. He's saying dad. I love being their dad.
Yes.
I'm just kind of curious though, did you happen to have a memory of like Disney or something like that? Is there a Disney memory or big amusement park memory?
Not that I can recall at the moment. We did have a big vacation that was like more of a fishing Minnesota kind of vacation. That
Okay,
was a big
okay.
one.
Do you understand a connection? I'm just trying to understand what he's giving me. I don't know what, or I'm just curious. Have you gone to Disney after his passing? Is there a connection to Disney after his passing? No.
Not
I'll get
Disney,
there.
no. Yeah.
He makes me feel like he's seeing the kids at an amusement park, and it makes me feel like they were so excited to be on rides. So that's really what he's giving me. So I don't know if it's more.
We took a trip to Key West a few months after he passed, and we had a pretty good time doing some excursions and things. So maybe that's it.
Okay, it could be, or like maybe more of a local carnival or so. I don't know, but he makes me feel like he saw like it's almost like a water ride. So I don't know. I'll have to try to put it together. But he
Okay.
makes me feel like he was very excited to see them. Okay.
Yeah.
And he also he gives me an M name, Brandy. Do we connect to an M name, Michael or Matt? And it could be a middle name. Do you understand that name connecting to either someone in the living or in spirit?
Not an M. My oldest son's last name begins with an M, so that could be, and they had a very strong connection.
Okay. I feel like with him, I feel like, and that oldest son, does he happen to wear baseball caps or baseball hats?
Not often.
Okay. There is someone, maybe it's one of his friends. It doesn't feel like this is the son. There's an M name and it may be one of his friends and there's a baseball hat because I feel like he wants to tell this person, hello, I'm thinking about you. I think this person thinks about him a lot. So either it's a business partner or a friend. It's someone who was close to him. So maybe just take a look and you can put it in the comments later, okay?
Yes.
But I feel like he does let us know that he's very proud, I think, of how I feel like you managed everything, even after his passing, because I feel like, he passed and you guys were so much in love, and I feel like it was very hard, but he gives me a sense of like he got to witness your strength like never before. And it really just made him so proud to be in your life. And it also, I feel like too, his kind of he calls it his going away party. So maybe it was a celebration of life, but his going away party, he said, was fabulous. We had a blast. Good. He's like, we loved it. He just made me feel like it was so much fun. It makes me feel very uplifting.
It was good.
Fun, music, laughter, stories. Like he just makes me feel like it was a big old hoot,
Yes.
So he lets us know that. And I do feel like, I know you mentioned the fishing, but I think he makes me feel like he enjoyed nature in general. Like I feel like the mountains in general, he really enjoyed. So I don't know if he did hiking at all or skiing, but he makes me feel like there's a mountain connection.
That's possible. That's possible. He was a musician, a drummer, so there's a lot of time spent inside, but if he could be outside,
so what's really interesting is the music. So, again, when we come to that kind of going away party, that's what he's talking about with the music. I feel like everyone brought their A game with the music,
Yes. We played a song that was recorded in the studio by him, so it was fantastic.
Oh, got it. It was really fun. He just makes me feel like he absolutely loved it. But he also gives me a sense too where I feel like one of the greatest things I feel like he kind of came into your life is I think it's about freedom. I feel like he loved to be free. I feel like he was a free spirit. He gives me a sense too of, I kind of feel like he might have had a tattoo. Do you understand him having a tattoo or no?
Tattoos,
no tattoo. Did somebody get a tattoo for him, Brandy?
My daughter.
Okay, got it. Can you please let her know he knows she got that tattoo for him, okay?
Absolutely.
Because let her know he loves it. But you got to watch her because I think she's another free spirit. If she's not a musician or a singer herself, she's going to get out there and shake up the world. Okay.
Okay, good.
So,
Yes.
he lets us know that. Also know he shows me the number 22. So I feel like letting you know, I don't know if the 22nd is a significant date, or if you've been seeing 22s or 222s, but he's letting you know he sends them to you.
Okay. I'm hoping
Okay.
22 is a good year.
Oh, it's going to be better. I promise. But just know that I want you to know that he's okay, and he's around you. And he also gives me a feeling that we've got a birthday coming up. So I don't know if one of the kids has a birthday, but he just wants to say happy birthday.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, lots of love to you, honey.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. I can't believe this show is going by so quickly, but I believe we've got another one here. How about Michelle? Let's bring in Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Colby.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, my mom passed on Christmas morning and my dad passed last June. So any messages or guidance, whatever.
Well, we know your mom. I mean, I'm surprised she did pretty good, but I really feel like she had a broken heart, right? I just feel like for her, and I feel like when she got ill, she got sick. I just feel like it was okay. I don't know. She just makes me feel like she was looking forward to being with dad, I think those two were always inseparable, always together, right? They're just they give me a sense, because they were still married at the time of the passing. Am I correct?
No, they were divorced, but I think she had Alzheimer's. So I think she sensed when he passed.
I feel like she knew, and I feel like she still thought he was her husband and I feel like your dad honestly always loved your mom. You know what I mean? I really do. I feel like he wanted to be there for her, but I feel like with your dad, I feel like he gives me a sense of always being strong, or always trying to be strong. I just think he did have a lot of health issues in general, is the sense I get. Like, I just feel like in general, he had a hard time, just always, like either bronchitis or chest issues, cold, like the body ache. Like, he had a lot of things going on, your dad, and I just feel like for him, I think, again, he may have gotten ill and then it just kind of went downhill. Like, I just feel like there wasn't a whole lot. He didn't have a whole lot of strength. You understand that? Can we go back before Alzheimer's? Is that okay? Just because, she gives me a sense of being so, because this is how she is now. She's so alert and she's so bubbly, like there's a bubbliness to her, you know what I mean? And there's a laughter. I mean, your mom just laughs all the time, and it's a big laugh. I don't want to say a cackle laugh, but it is it's like a big laugh, you know what I mean? And I feel like too, she loved to kind of make little things around the house. I don't know if you remember, but loved to kind of be handy and creative and do little things. So she really shares with me that sense of, when she's doing it, she loved to create and make little gifts for people. I feel like she loved to make people feel special, And Michelle, I feel like for you, there was a lot where I feel like there was a lot of responsibility on you to kind of take care of everyone after, when your dad passed. I think it was on you to really help and do everything. And then your mom, I feel like a lot of it was, you took on that responsibility. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And I feel like they really want to thank you. I feel like with your dad, he really wants to thank you for taking care of mom, because I think that was really hard. I feel like it was very difficult, but you have to also understand, I think with your mom, she gives me a sense of being so ready. She just gives me a sense of her soul was really ready. And I feel like for her, believe it or not, even though they may have been divorced, I just feel like your dad loved her deeply. And I think she kind of hung in there all those years because he was around, because she knew he cared, and I think she knew he needed her, right? And so I just feel like for her, once he transitioned, I felt like for her, she was able to be free. She was able to let go. But she shares with me, You know, I feel like she just wants to tell you, she can't even just thank you enough, but how much she loves you and how many times she wished she could have said it more and how many times she wished she would have had longer conversations as she could when she was younger. You know what I mean? And so they just want to thank you for everything. I feel like, you know, a lot of the burden to clean up everything and take care of everything, you know, you did and was on you. But I also feel like they send love to the family and they're just kind of reassuring you that you should see your mom. I mean, your mom looks beautiful. She just shows me like she looks beautiful. She's healthy. I think even at the end with Alzheimer's, like I think she's not very mobile. Like I just don't feel like she's very mobile either. Do you know what I mean? And now you should see her. She's up, she's moving around, she's like kind of dancing. She just really shares with me celebrating. I think she had Alzheimer's for a while because she just makes me feel like she was just kind of, you know, in this body and now she's like so free. And so she's really making up for lost time. I just want you to know that you may smell her, Michelle. Okay. So you may wake up and kind of get a scent of her. And she lets me know that that is her around you. She also gives me roses for you. So you may have a connection to roses or understand roses as a connection, right? And she gives that to you. But most of all, I feel like your family is just letting you know that they're always going to be by your side. And it's time for you now. I feel like they want to say, look, this is time for Michelle. This is time for Michelle to be free. You took care of your dad, you took care of your mom. Like this is a time for you to kind of travel, to explore, to kind of find your path a bit more. And I feel like they're just kind of sending all that love to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Lots of love to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, everybody, that is the end of our episode. I hope you enjoyed the Facebook version of this with the video. Again, I'll be back in studio next Thursday, but want to send you all my love and just want to thank you guys for being here, for joining, and for being a part of our connection to the other side. Lots of love, everybody. Have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to The Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.